The 23rd of January 2024, WWE NXT is in the books. It is 3:30 in the morning here in the United Kingdom. That's the sort of dedication that Fog Wrestling brings to you. And let's talk about the sort of dedication that Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin brought to this NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic in our opener. Because they won after about 15 minutes. NXT had a very long opener the night, kind of hyping up the previous week's offence and everything else that's been going on in the past couple of weeks. Of course, Vengeance Day coming up very soon. But Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin won. As I said in the preview, they were never not going to win this match, these two. They were every single week going to win, man. Make no mistake about it. We then cut backstage. To me, this was absolute cringe. You got Josh Briggs wanting to fight Eli Dragunov, and then Trix comes in and is like, no, you're not fighting him. I need him fit for the pay-per-view. And then Trix like, you can fight me. What has happened to the logic where if someone got injured, i.e. the champion, back in the day, they get stripped. If you can't compete within 30 days, you get stripped of the belt. See this gimmick of, oh, if he gets injured, he can't defend his belt, I don't want him getting injured. It's actually cringy, it's embarrassing. We're seeing the same over on Raw. Back in the day, Seth Rollins would have had the belt hoovered off him. Absolutely hoovered off him. Name me in the past, right? I.e., Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, where someone was injured going into Mania season and they only worked the match at Mania because they were injured for January right through to April. It just never happens now. Yeah, I know in the past decade or just a wee bit more, we've seen part timers come back, but the reality is take them out the equation. Even then, they've worked more. They've worked more dates, to be honest. So yeah. Baron Corbin, Braun Breaker advanced to the final. Backstage, though, we cut to Ava Raine coming out of Shawn Michaels' office. I didn't think I'd be making any live reaction videos during NXT, but there's two pretty big things to talk about. William Regal has officially returned to WWE. We knew he was going to come back to WWE. Kind of got fired by Vince, and then once Triple H took the helm, he decided, AEW ain't for me, brother. And that's exactly what's happened. But then he was at the door here. Shawn Michaels' office door just flung open. Ava Raine came out. And then who came out after her? None other than William Regal. They've also pointed out that Ava Raine is, in fact, the new general manager and that she is the youngest general manager of all time. I'm kind of confused why she's been weird. Has she suffered an injury? Do they not think... I'm kind of confused. Maybe they think she can't work, but she'll be as good on the mic as her dad, The Rock, and maybe that'll work that way. I don't know. I like William Regal. I love William Regal. I think his comedy and wrestling, honestly, there's not many people better than him. But at the end of the day, it's like, does this guy not deserve a wee bit more than NXT? I think Nick Aldis is doing a great job on SmackDown. By I say great, I mean by today's standards. But put William Regal in on Raw. Get that boring sack of shite Adam Pearce out of Raw. Put William Regal in there. Holy shit. You've no idea how much better Raw would be. Regal has surpassed NXT. We've seen him on NXT before. I'm not saying he can't do it. He can't do good on it. But come on. We all know what we want to see the guy on. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. William Regal has returned to WWE NXT. Not exactly spectacular or explosive. He just walked through a door. But yeah. The door's open. You go try it, sir. Oh, I know Elton John. But yeah, that was my live reaction to Regal returning, and overall, be good to see Regal back in WWE, but I kind of just prefer the guy, and if he was on the main roster, he'd do such a better job than Adam Pearce. So yeah, looks like she's now the GM. There you go. Moving on. Then we have Lash Legend taking on Ren Sinclair. She picks up the win here. There was a spot where she had her in the ropes and she was slapping her shoulder blades, and it looked pretty sick, is what I'm trying to say. We then get a pre-tape segment of OTM and Jada Parker going into Tony D's restaurant. And they batter a few of them. Then we see the family saying, "You mess with us, we're gonna fight you on. We're coming, man. Tony Soprano's coming to the restaurant. There's nothing you can do about it." Fallon Henry makes a save, and saves them, so to speak. We then have Joe Gacy and D-Jack brawling their way out to the ring. This was just fucking weird. Security tries to break them up, and then they break it up again. It's like, okay. We then cut backstage, got a bunch of jobber women, and then Lexus King's making his way. He's like, don't worry, troops, your main event's happening just a wee bit early this week. They had the immortal Hulk Hogan hyping up the 40 years of Hulkamania. Also, another mention of the Royal Rumble. Will he be in it? No. I mean, how great would it be to see Hogan in the Rumble, though? It'd be fantastic. I know there's a talk of The Rock being in it, right? Imagine this Saturday we had like one final face off between The Rock and Hulk Hogan. And that's like wrestling. That that's what you should be dreaming of in professional wrestling. Rock and Hogan face to face one last time, like Rock and Austin, right? That's exactly what it should be. Cena as well. Throw up, Punk against Rock in the middle of the ring, etc. See when these people try and pretend that Okada come the WWE's the dream. Fuck off, man. It's a fucking nightmare. Mince. Anyway, with a pre-taped segment with Von Wagner and Mr. Stone, I like these two. These are always quite entertaining. I have no complaints. Alexis King defeats Trey Bearhill in a pretty throwaway match. The match didn't really do much for me, if I'm being honest. Trick and Mello were talking backstage. Yo, what are you gonna do about the LWO? And yeah, basically just reiterating the whole gimmick of we shouldn't be fighting his battles for him, Trick. But they had the Supernova, whatever. I can't even remember what his group's called. What's his group called? Can't even fucking remember. But they came out. Just there was a few sick burns here about Instagram. I'm gonna burn Vice City to the ground right now. It's like you're a wannabe MMA fighter to simply shaking her booty on Instagram. There was some burns like that were alright, but then had Tony D cutting a promo, he's yelling at OTM, he's heading to the arena. Up next, we had Dragon Lee defeating Scripps. We had the absolute Job Squad come out with the family come out. Just a lot going on here. I don't like Scripps one single bit. We had a Chase University segment as well, to which they've packed up. It was actually kind of sad seeing everything get carted out. The trophy got took off Duke Hudson, which made him kind of lose his melon. Riley Osborne's kind of crying. He's apologising here for losing in the Dusty Cup. Andrew Chase says, nope, the only guy that can be sorry is me. I failed yous all, man. I didn't do a good job. So yeah, quite sad seeing Chase University fall apart. We had Obafemi also watching that match. But again, Dragon Lee wins. Looks like he's going to be taking on Obafemi at Vengeance Day. So there we go. Then Brindley Reese confronts Idris Inoue and Malik Blade backstage. Like, you're going to do 5 things you liked and 5 things you didn't next week. Then she runs off. We then cut to Laya Valkyrie saying that Tatum Paxley's special. It's like, alright, what's that all about? We then had Blair Davenport taking on some jobber I do not recognise with blonde hair. Kind of looks like the bunny from AEW, but I have no idea who she is. Anyway, Blair Davenport beat Petrovich here, that is her name. So there you go. Next week we've got Noam Dar taking on Fog Wagner for the Heritage Cup. Then we've got Electra Lopez taking on Lola Weiss. We then had Ilya Dragunov joining the commentary team. But what does that mean? That means we're getting Trick Williams against Josh Briggs, and it's just a question of why is this match even here? Like, nothing's going to happen. Big Trick Williams is going to win, and that's it. And it's time to move in to our main event segment, I guess, which is the contract signing. Will they sign on the dotted line? Or will they know, folks? Let's see what happened in our crazy main event segment. Woo! But yeah, we move into our wee main event segment, which of course was the contract signing between what do you call them? I forgot their names, man. Jesus Christ, Scooby-Doo. Roxanne Perez and Laya Valkyrie. We did have Iva Rain announcing this, and she is the GAM. There is nothing to us. We did have another vignette for the No Quarter Catch crew. Does not really do anything for me in the slightest. But yeah, these two just a generic contract signing. You know how it goes, guys. I don't need to fucking even spell out how this show even went, but that's it for WWE NXT. I mean, it was good seeing William Regal, but what else happened on this show to make me go, well, you know what, actually, that was worth staying up? There's not really much that could happen in professional wrestling to make you go, here in the UK, oh aye, that was worth staying up this time. Anyway, 3 o'clock here, whatever time it is. June Auber clock. I'm going to give us a 2 out of 10, guys. Tomorrow we've got Dynamite. Thursday we've got TNA. Friday SmackDown. Saturday night's alright for Friday. But it's no collision, it's the Royal Rumble. The show's getting a 2 for me.